Well, greetings, University Liggett School community. It's Bart Bronk with my weekly video check-in. Happy Friday, May 29th to you and yours. As always, I hope this message finds you well and safe. I have taken the opportunity to get outside on this beautiful day and enjoy the summer temperatures that have suddenly arrived. You may recognize, those of you who are sharp of eye, that I am sitting in our dining room courtyard where many of our middle school friends choose to eat lunch on many days. And while it is a beautiful space, it is not quite right when it's empty. And it's like many spaces here during this strange time that they remain beautiful and they remain dignified, but they aren't right without the joy and the laughter that our students bring. So students, as always, I miss you. I am making the bold move in this weekly video, as you can see, to reveal my quarantine haircut, which was courtesy of the Queen of Quarantine, Mrs. Chrissy Bronk. A couple weeks ago, I've hidden it under a hat, but at this point, I am ready to reveal it to the community. And maybe I should challenge you to do the same. If you've gotten a quarantine haircut, post it using ULS Connect, hashtag ULS Connect this weekend, and share it with the world and be proud of the ways in which our haircuts symbolize the sacrifices that we've made and the ways we've had to adapt in a really challenging time. We have reached the end of week 9 of online learning. We have 1 week to go, 4 days next week, 4 days of celebration of all that we've accomplished throughout the year, but 4 days also of particular celebration of the ways all of you have remained engaged and enthused and supportive during this 10-week remote learning period. It's a really important time for students and families to continue to pay attention to your email. Lots of important communication coming about wrap-up activities. That's 5th grade celebrations and 8th grade celebrations and senior celebrations and materials pickups, materials drop-offs. There's going to be lots of communication coming in the next week. So do pay attention to your email and always feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Of course, the end of this year comes with it significant contemplation of the fall, and certainly as an administrative team and a leadership team and even our faculty and staff, much of our attention has been turned to the new year, the 2020-2021 school year. I've contemplated a little bit in previous videos about the potential scenarios that face us and how we are sort of nimbly and ably planning for all 3 scenarios, but I think it's worth reiterating that it will be our fundamental goal. We're going to do everything we possibly can to be together in September doing physical learning here in our building on Cook Road. That is our primary plan. That's where most of our energy is spent thinking about. And so I thought I'd contemplate a little bit in this video specifically what that scenario might look like. Because it's fair to say that while we hope to be here and while we want to be here, that our normal will certainly change, at least for the time being. And so when I think about being back together in September, I think that there are going to be some behaviors that change, the ways we move around our building, the ways we greet each other, certainly. There's going to be some change in our accoutrements, so to speak. I think that face masks will certainly be a major element of our life for some time when we get back together. We're going to have to rethink gatherings. It may be a period in which we avoid some of our traditional big gatherings that we do, lower school assembly and upper school community time and middle school morning meeting. I think the advice will tell us that the ways in which we're able to reduce the number of students together at any given time will help us prevent transmission of the virus, such as it may still be present at that time, though we hope it isn't. And finally, I think we're going to have to think differently about physical space. I'm sitting in this courtyard, which is so beautiful and could serve as an outdoor classroom until the weather gets cold. I think about our auditorium. I think about some of our wide open spaces. Our classrooms, some of them are charming and small, and so we're going to need to be flexible about the ways in which we think about learning space so that we can accommodate all our students safely and with the utmost attention to hygiene and health. That is our fundamental first priority, is to keep everybody safe, our students, our faculty members, our greater community. And we take that mandate very seriously, but we are increasingly optimistic that we can do that together and we can do that here. And so that's what we're planning on. I'm going to communicate next week in some written material about specific scenarios for the fall and our planning there related, but I thought this sort of early preview would be helpful for you, and know that A, we remain optimistic about being together in the fall, and B, that we're really carefully planning on it. We're diving into all the guidance, the WHO, the CDC, the state of Michigan, all the guidance that's been released about how we might do school differently, but together and physically. And that energy, I think, is going to allow us to be here in 3 months' time and to be enjoying each other's company like we always have. For now, I wish you a wonderful last weekend of May, first weekend of June, and I will see you next week. Take care and go Knights.